Yeah! Can't steal it! Woo! Wheel and deal it! The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. But brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
I'm the man of the hour, the man with the power. You sweet to be sour.
It's showtime, folks!
Welcome to the Grill Out. From the heart of Shillian, West Virginia, here's your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Grill Out, episode 45. I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, your current Grill Out predictions champion, and I'm joined by my illustrious co-host, and they're in there laughing and goofing off a little bit. I'm going to turn their mics on now. The reflection of deception.
And still,
former
your Grill Out predictions champion. Josh and I have talked about it. We discussed it multiple times. He and I are both in agreement.
We need to recount.
That I am still the champion because the title was not on the line. You didn't sign the contract. You didn't look at the contract. It said clearly in the contract, not on the line, because I needed a break, because I am the most successful and longest reigning champion the Grill Out has had.
These are true statements.
And if you actually did win the title, you wouldn't have to make these statements.
No, I did win the title. I am
No, you didn't.
current champion.
You lost. You dropped the title.
Then whose possession is the belt in? Mine.
That is
Listen,
irrelevant.
I've got the 10 ounces of gold sitting on my...
10 ounces of plastic.
Yeah,
Get
sorry.
the name right.
The 10 ounces of plastic. I haven't coined it, and I can't remember it. The 10 ounces of plastic sitting on my shelf behind my computer in a place of honor. It is right next to a family member's ashes. That's where I have it. That is how much it means to me. That belt, that title. Now, I don't care. But what I do care about is that shows that I am the one holding this show up on these glorious shoulders. The shoulders of a god. I am a predictions god. I am a prediction god.
And I'm shutting his mic off. Because I can actually do that. Josh Cole, baby, is the one that's giggling right now.
Yeah. Public service announcement.
Yep.
Peacock subscribers. Price is going up. It's $5.99 right now. It's going up to $7.99.
Why is it going up to $7.99, Josh?
Inflation.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. I don't know. What?
I mean, it could also just be corporate greed.
Yeah,
I mean, let's face it. They have enough people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's most likely.
Hopefully in 2026 we just all go to Netflix, but we'll see.
Well, so that is when the Peacock deal ends, correct? Is 2026?
March of 26, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so then is everything going over to Netflix? When is Raw going to Netflix?
Raw in the United States goes to Netflix in January 2025.
Okay, so January 25. Mm-hmm. Does it then come off of Peacock in the U.S.?
Well, it'll air live on Netflix, but I believe... Actually, I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. But I do know SmackDown and NXT will still be on cable for like another few years.
Okay.
Because SmackDown is going to USA Network, which will be there until 2029. Netflix is going to CW. I don't know how long it's going to be on there.
Yeah.
But we'll get we'll get Raw. The rest of the world gets everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. Raw goes to Netflix.
Yeah.
Does Raw then become more Raw?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the script right now on my computer. No, it absolutely is going to be a little more adult oriented, especially with the language and stuff. They're already kind of showing that a little bit with Pat McAfee, who was referring to Braun Breaker. He referred to him as a brick
outhouse.
Yes, that's how we're going to put it, because we are subject to FCC violations.
Yes.
And that right there showed that what the future is going to look like.
Yeah, basically they will not be subject to those violations.
No.
So do you think that this is kind of bringing in like a second coming of the Attitude Era? Or, I mean, what new generation is this going to be?
Cody coined the Renaissance era, but...
The Renaissance era.
Yeah,
okay.
we did talk about that a few episodes ago, about, calling it the Renaissance era, because it kind of is like sort of a rebirth of WWE.
Yeah.
The past, couple of years since Triple H has taken over, you have seen, like, it's not the same WWE that we were talking about in 2015
No.
2016, around that era. Because with WWE being as, well, how do I put this?
Old? Aged?
Bad?
Bad.
As bad as they were in 2015 and 2016, that is ultimately what led to the rise of AEW in them.
Yeah.
As that's how we were able to get an alternative, because they started lacking. And in a way, it's also kind of like history repeating itself, because you could say the same thing for the New Generation era, and that basically WCW capitalized on that with, the Outsiders and all of that.
Speaking of WCW, AEW is about to, in 30 weeks, or not 30 weeks, however many episodes are about to outlast WCW Nitro.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They just did episode 250. WCW Nitro had 288 episodes.
Oh, okay. So they got 33 episodes.
Now, I know what some people are going to say, though, is in that WCW Nitro run, there was 83 weeks that they were beating WWE.
It's true.
AEW, I don't think, has even once.
Well, when they were against NXT, they did beat them a lot, but it wasn't a whole lot, that many consecutive weeks. So.
Yeah. I mean, they're realistically, and we've talked on this show, and it is no secret that I am I do watch.
Mark.
What is it?
Mark? Are you a Mark?
A little bit of an AEW
Mark. Mark? Is that your name, Mark Petty?
I have an uncle named Mark.
Mark
not Petty.
Martin? Huh?
Mark Martin was a good racer.
Yeah.
It is no secret on here. So much so that it's not a secret on this show that I have a hater, that has said that Tony Khan is my boy.
Yeah.
All right. This person, I'm almost positive, does not listen to the show, but has told me that Tony Khan is my boy, which he is not. Okay, we don't get any preferential treatment on here. We do appreciate them more.
Boy, I mean, hey, we'll take more interviews.
Exactly. Hey, when they were here in Charleston, they were great with working with us.
Yeah.
Okay, I can say that with the contest and everything.
Go back, listen. We talked with Chris Statlander
about NASCAR as well.
Yeah.
Was
But
it the April 5th episode, I believe?
I think so. I think it was. Anyway, never once have I thought that AEW was going to overtake WWE.
Yeah.
And never once did I ever think, this was long before we started doing this show, before we started doing the show in this current iteration of it, long before, I never thought that they would run WWE out of business. And I think the people that were saying that really they have no idea what they're talking about. And and also, and this is my final point to make with it, you don't want WWE to go out of business.
No.
Because if WWE goes out of business, then the wrestling business itself takes a dive.
Yeah.
No matter how much of a hater you want to be of WWE, it will take a dive.
Well, here's the thing. You need competition.
You do.
Without Magic Johnson, would Larry Bird have been as big? I mean, the answer is yes. But
Great trash talker.
Yeah, you need competition. Competition only makes the environment better.
Absolutely.
But Jeff, not talking to Josh, Jeff, while we're talking about AEW,
Yes.
I heard there was a big match this past Dynamite.
There was a
That was a really bad segue. I'm sorry. That was not good.
as much as you as
that was a Josh Cole segue.
I was going to say, as much as you say it to Josh about bad segues.
Well, they celebrated 250 episodes.
They did.
Close to Nitro.
They did, but they took a bit of a gamble, okay? Because pretty much the first hour of AEW Dynamite was MJF and Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship. And I went ahead and wrote this down. MJF and Will Ospreay opened AEW Dynamite 250 the other night with an almost hour-long match for the AEW International Championship. Clocking in at 59 minutes and 58 seconds, MJF was able to beat Ospreay with the Dynamite Diamond ring for the cover in the final seconds. It has been announced that MJF will defend his title on August 2nd in Arena, Mexico. MJF announced this via an ice bath.
Finally.
So,
finally, the international title gets defended internationally.
I don't follow. I don't see why you would have that. I mean, why would you do that? That only makes sense, Tony.
Yeah.
It's almost like it is. It does make sense. But it's kind of funny that the one person who has held the international title that has taken it internationally is MJF and not Will Ospreay.
Well, no, Pac did it, and Orange Cassidy did it a little bit.
So everyone
Twice
but
each. That's it.
Okay. All right. This is why we call him the belt expert.
Fifth time out of its two-year existence, it'll be defended internationally.
Now,
It was established to be internationally.
I mean, is the big news the fact that MJF won, or is it that this probably means that Will Ospreay will dethrone Swerve?
Maybe. I don't know for sure on that one. I don't know. I haven't looked. Is there any? Have they announced outside of Tony Storm and Mariah May any other matches for All In? What all?
Danielson.
Okay.
Swerve.
Okay. So Danielson and Swerve is going. Okay. So maybe it's going to be Ospreay. I don't know. I don't see Danielson do it. I would like to see Danielson do it, but I don't see Danielson doing it.
But is the money match Danielson versus Ospreay for the title?
Good point. Maybe. Now, I know I've been saying on the show about how great Swerve is, and I still think that. I still think Swerve is a top 10 talent in the world. Hands down, I will argue that point. But the way he has been presented, he's sort of gotten that syndrome of chasing the title was fun. Chasing the title, he had all this heat. He's won the title now, he's cooled off.
I mean, it's kind of the Hangman Page story.
Sort of.
Building up to the title was great, but once he got it, there wasn't anything there.
And I was going to say, just another 2 title runs I would name off the top of my head is Kenny Omega and IWGP Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Great run to the title, won the title, not too much after that. And currently, and this may be a bit controversial for some people, Cody.
Yeah.
I was going to say Cody. The run up to it, amazing. Cody has cooled off since then.
Well, he had to finish the story.
Yeah.
Okay, story finished. Now what?
Exactly.
Speaking of stories, Swerve is a bad person. Why do people love him? He broke into a man's house and threatened his child.
We don't know. Why? Okay. Why do people like Austin? Because he basically did something very similar. Like everybody likes Austin. Professional wrestling is a very, very weird place.
Yeah. You know what else I didn't know? Apparently, AEW content could possibly be going to Max.
Yeah.
Yes. It has been popping up internationally on Max. So, 2 things with that.
Yeah.
One, this may show signs that an AEW Warner Brothers deal is pretty much done. They just probably haven't announced it yet. A new deal that because that's kind of been the talk. Like, hey, are they going to renew or are they not? This is sort of a good sign for you AEW fans out there that yes, they are going to get a thumbs up on that. Secondly, something that we've all been wanting pretty much with every major wrestling promotion since the WWE Network was a thing, is that AEW content is going to make its way eventually to Max. We don't know for sure. We don't know when. But if it's showing up internationally for people, I think there's a strong chance that it will pop up on there within the States.
Yeah.
To which I'll say I am very glad that Ivy has Max. So
yeah,
I've already warned her.
I have Max, and I definitely pay for it. I don't use anyone else's at all.
Hey, it's okay.
No, it's not okay because
yes, it is.
No,
We're
these
a couple.
companies need your money.
No, they don't.
These small independent. Shut up, Josh. These small corporations need our money. How else are they going to stay afloat?
How are they going to eat?
Exactly. How are they going to eat?
I don't know. Go fishing. This is coming from Fightful.com pertaining to AEW content possibly going to Max.
Yeah.
Quote, AEW content is appearing on Max internationally. On Friday, July 19th, a couple days ago, some international Max users began to notice that AEW shows and pay-per-views were appearing in the library for the streaming service. So this just seems like it's just...
How do you just begin to notice that?
It's probably like they went in, they were like, hey, I'm going to go watch, I don't know what's on Max. Whatever
Zack
show.
Snyder's Justice League. Great movie.
See,
I mean, Batman the Animated Series is on there, and I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about AEW.
We are.
But how do you type in Batman, and then all of a sudden AEW pops up, and you're like,
I guess it has like ads on the front page if you pop
or maybe like sometimes they have a news section like on certain streaming services. Like, hey, we got new content. This is what we got.
Oh,
and it's popping up that way.
Maybe it's hey, you enjoyed Love Actually, you'll enjoy AEW Dynamite.
Yeah.
Go and watch the what was it?
Maybe you were looking for All About Eve and you found AEW.
Yeah,
that's true. And speaking of,
hey, you enjoyed Harry Potter.
That's a good segue.
Here's the Casino Battle Royal.
Yeah, Josh gave me a good segue. Jason kept going. Speaking of All About Eve, what some are saying, I don't know if I fully agree with this. But
that was a good segue.
That was.
Sorry, Josh. You know what? I just thought I was funnier than you. That's all it was. I thought what I had to say was more important, and you actually had a good segue. Yeah. You know what, Jeff? I don't think it's getting the respect it deserves. Josh, let's hear it again.
Now he can't do it.
Yeah.
You might have been searching for All About Eve.
Exactly. And
jeez, this guy is good. He's good. That is a good segue.
Speaking of All About Eve.
One more time. Hold on, Jeff. One more time, Josh.
It's All About
Come on.
Eve.
All About Eve.
Yeah.
God, you are so clever. You're so good.
Yeah. Speaking of All About Eve, what some people are calling, I don't know if I fully agree with this, calling it the greatest heel turn of all time. It's definitely the greatest heel turn within AEW.
Yeah.
I will say that. All About Eve. So Mariah May, she won her Owen Hart Cup.
Her Owen Cart.
Her Owen Cart. Her Owen Hart Cup final. Okay. After winning the Owen Hart Cup Women's Final, Mariah May viciously turned on Toni Storm. People online have pointed out that this heel turn was inevitable as it is based off of a classic movie known as All About Eve. The film is a 1950 film about Eve Harrington, who manipulates successful actress Margot Channing to achieve fame herself. Tony Khan did make a reference to this when Mariah May was signed, tweeting, quote, AEW is all about Mariah. This past week on AEW, Mariah May came out to cut a promo about her actions towards Toni Storm while dressed like Toni Storm, and it took everybody a minute to realize that
she looked exactly like her.
Listen, I was actually going back and forth, like doing dishes, so I was listening to it and I was watching it.
Yeah. And
when Mariah May came out, I was like, oh, okay, Toni Storm's going to come out and talk. And then I went in there and I heard her talk, and I went, that's not Toni.
It was not Tony time.
It was not. Also, a sassy Tony Schiavone showed up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, we can't say.
And I'm here for it.
I am. I love sassy Tony Schiavone. But yes, this is pretty much based off of that movie. I have not seen the film.
It's really good.
I've heard that it's really good.
It's a classic.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the reason why I
haven't seen it.
Well, I have friends of mine who are classic movie buffs, and they've said that it is a very good film and that you should go out and watch it.
Have you watched Sunset Boulevard?
No.
Toni Storm's character is like based on that too.
Okay, see, okay, I did.
Yeah.
I'm not a classic movie buff, so I don't.
I'm not either. I just
Have you seen Streetcar Named Desire?
No.
Has absolutely nothing to do with Toni Storm or Mariah May. It's just really good. Marlon Brando.
Y'all ever seen Talladega Nights?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yes.
Great movie. That has nothing to do with Toni Storm.
You know, whenever I think of classic film and I think of Marlon Brando, the next thing that pops up is Will Ferrell and Talladega Nights.
Who was it? Real quick, who was it that did the Oppenheimer movie? Was it Christopher Nolan?
Yes.
Okay. Apparently, his favorite film is Talladega Nights.
Huh.
So there's
Mariah May heel turn.
Yeah, that popped in my head. I had to put it in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she a literal heel turn. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
After the win, her and Tony run up to the top of the ramp, and they're celebrating. She hits her with the belt, and just viciously. She did not watch for the shoe.
No.
Okay. She took the heel of the shoe and just kept hitting Tony.
Just
across.
Went right to town.
Just exactly. One of the most brutal I'll say this, it's definitely one of the most brutal beatdowns I've seen.
Yeah.
One of the most brutal heel turns I've seen. I don't know if it's the greatest heel turn in AEW, definitely, but I'm here. I'm all for it.
Well, Jeff, let me ask you this, and Josh, I'll ask you this. What do you think is the greatest heel turn of all time?
The greatest heel turn of all time.
And while you're thinking, I'll ask Josh. Josh, why do you think people don't like you? No, what do you think is the greatest heel turn of all time? I mean, I know what I think is the greatest cowardly moment of all time, and that's when Marty Jannetty tried to escape through the barbershop window.
I was getting ready to bring up the barbershop segment with Michaels and Jannetty.
I mean, the very first thing that pops in my head is Hogan, NWO.
I mean, That's really good.
Yeah. Nobody saw that one coming. We actually talked about that
we
few
did
episodes ago. That's a good one.
That's a great show.
That is a great one. I can't. You asked me too quickly. I don't know if I got
Okay,
gotta,
Jeff.
What
do you think?
What
is the greatest heel turn of all time? There, I asked you slower.
Gave me no time. I think the basic answer would be
Jim Ross.
I hated that.
Yeah,
I hated really all bad. Of that. I hated when Michael Cole turned heel. I don't like it. I don't like it when an established broadcaster like Michael Cole or Jim Ross turns heel.
Yeah,
leave that to the color commentator or whomever that may be.
Yeah,
that's another one of my pet peeves. It would probably have Hulk Hogan joining the NWO. Great choice.
Yeah,
I will say the barbershop. Michaels Jannetty. Because look at the ripple effect that kind of had.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays you have people talking when you know that you got a tag team like, all right, who's the Shawn Michaels, who's the Marty Jannetty? Yeah. So
and the sad thing is Jannetty wasn't a bad worker.
No, not at all.
But to be different because both of those definitely top tier for me. But I'm also going to have to throw in The Rock turning heel.
Yep.
Because I mean,
which one?
The first one, the original. You know what? Big Show, all of them, just every heel turn. You never saw it coming, and you didn't care when it did.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I'd go with The Rock. Anyways.
Yep. But yeah. Anyway, we're going to stop it right there. Going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Some more streaming.
Some more streaming stuff, and everything
don't
wrestling.
Hinder gender.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't hinder the
gender. Jinder Mahal. Why are we talking about Jinder Mahal?
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It's time for more of the Grill Out. Here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Grill Out. I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and your current Grill Out's Predictions heavyweight champion. The name just keeps getting longer. The man in there who is doing his best Randy Orton impression. It's Jason Lykens. He hit the mic.
Well, I didn't know you had turned it back on.
I did.
The current, reigning, defending, longest running Grill Out Prediction champion of all time. The reflection of perfection. When you're good, you're good. But when you're great, you're me. Except I keep hitting a microphone, you see. Shucky ducky quack quack. It's Jason Lykens.
Former heavyweight predictions champion.
And to my left is
also a former heavyweight predictions champion.
Yeah.
Josh Cole. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
The belt expert.
You don't get a long one. You get a short one.
Yeah.
The belt expert, our belt expert. Yes. So
anywho, belts, a lot of title matches on this card coming up.
We do have a lot of title matches coming up, and actually will be our next prediction. So that'll be next weekend.
Yeah,
we'll be doing predictions for this.
And just so you know, Jeff, I am putting the title on the line for this one.
I am actually.
I still have the title.
No, you don't. Physically, but not morally. SummerSlam. So they have been putting the card together. Okay, I think we're going to have a few more matches on here, but it's kind of already put shaping out for next Saturday, August 2nd. Is that when it is, or 3rd?
It's August 2nd.
That is
coming.
Yes, August 3rd. 2nd is next Friday. So the SummerSlam card so far goes as follows, and these are not in any particular order. It's literally what I pulled off of Wikipedia. We have Damian Priest, the champion, defending his title against Gunther. Bayley, the champion, defending her title against Nia Jax. Liv Morgan defending her title and possibly the custody of Dominic Mysterio against Rhea Ripley. Then we have Cody Rhodes defending his title, his undisputed WWE Championship, against Solo Sikoa. And then Logan Paul is defending his title, his U.S. title, against L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is what the card
that's what
is.
we just said.
Yeah, that's what the card is so far for them. That's pretty much all title matches.
No,
So-
there's still a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're still tagged.
Yeah, that's what I
Nice.
mean. We still, but all that is on there right now, all that is official is title matches.
Yeah.
So we have the World Heavyweight title, the Women's Championship, the Women's World Championship, the Undisputed title, and the U.S. title, all on the line coming up for SummerSlam.
More than likely, the IC title will be on there. Same as Ian Braun Breaker.
Yeah, that's that. They've been building up to that. I'm sure we're going to have a tag title or two on the line.
Or 3.
Or 3, yes.
Maybe 4.
Well,
12. 12.
what do you think this is, an AEW pay-per-view?
Yes. Is it not?
No,
No.
it's not. It's not. We're not.
SummerSlam ain't 2 nights yet.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we don't have 14 to 16 matches altogether,
I believe
including
there
the pre-show.
has been talk about making SummerSlam 2 nights.
2026.
Yeah.
2026, yeah.
When it starts.
Yep.
In
Yeah.
Minneapolis.
I
Yeah,
think
we
we-
talked about that.
I was going to say, I think we talked about that previous episode.
Yeah, I'm still against it.
Yeah, I think that I'm still in agreement with that. Like, it should WrestleMania, fine, I'll give you that one. Don't think that all of them should start to go to 2 nights. I don't think all of the big 5 should go to 2 nights.
I will say, if there was any other Big 5 to do it, it would be SummerSlam, and that's it.
True.
Because SummerSlam is basically the summer WrestleMania.
Yeah, but it's the summer WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So it's taking away, in my opinion, the importance of WrestleMania. It's like having a graduation for everything.
Yeah.
You take away the importance of the actual important graduations.
That's true. That is very true. I don't understand some of them. But, yeah, so that is the SummerSlam card so far. I'm pretty positive the Liv
Jelly
Morgan...
Roll might appear.
What is it?
Jelly Roll might appear.
Jelly Roll might show up. Jelly Roll has just been kind of showing up everywhere, though.
Yeah.
And I think his song is, I don't know the song, but it's the official song of SummerSlam, right?
I have no idea.
I think it is.
I just know that Triple H invited him. So
Oh, well, fair. But I do think the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match might turn into another custody match with Dominic Mysterio.
Do you think if Vince was still around and they were like, hey, Vince, we should get Jelly Roll here, he'd be like, I don't like jelly rolls. What's a jelly roll?
Well, I wouldn't be shocked by that response because the man didn't know what a burrito
Yeah,
was.
he had no clue what a burrito was.
Ladies and gentlemen.
How do you not know what a burrito is?
Ladies and gentlemen, I know that sometimes we get a little kooky on here. I know there's times where you're like, oh, what are they talking about? Know this, that, yes, Vince McMahon, and it's been confirmed by people, who have worked at WWE, Vince had no idea what a burrito was.
Yeah. Just think about that for a second.
Let that set in.
when did he find out?
I don't know exactly. You know what? That's another thing. I don't know if he's still
Yeah.
if he's still
He may not acknowledge it.
yeah, because he didn't invent
The
it.
way that Jeff does not acknowledge the fact that I'm still the champion.
Because you're not.
2 out of 3 believe I am. So
Yeah, we'll figure that out next
Yeah.
week. When some of my fans let their voices heard.
what, your mom listened to the show?
No.
Apparently mine does.
Hi, Jason's mom.
Yeah, it was weird. She asked me about it in the car. She was like, "Oh, what was that thing that you kept saying?" I was like, "What? What do you mean, like shucky ducky quack quack?" Yeah. Did Jeff get really annoyed with that? I was like, probably. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
It's not the worst
Hi, Leanne.
bit of editing I've had to do.
Yeah, that's fair. Speaking of bad editing, Tubi wants to get involved with pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Apparently, they don't want to have. This is the weird thing about that. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down.
Yeah.
Because the computer that's recording is acting a little funky.
Okay, so the Fox streaming platform Tubi
Yeah.
has shown interest in investing in a wrestling product on its platform. Details are few and far between, but we're told in the discussion we're told that the discussions haven't been with an active company, as opposed to wanting to try out something from scratch. That is according to Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful. So something from scratch.
It's almost like they want to do their own wrestling stuff, like their own.
I guess they had, after the issues with MLW and WWE, they want to just do something completely new.
Do you think this could go into Freddie Prinze Jr.?
Ooh, I never even thought of that. He has been trying. He has been trying to shop his new promotion around.
Yeah,
and there hasn't been a whole lot of movement on certain things.
No,
but this could be an opportunity for that.
Could be.
I never even thought of it. Yeah. It would also be a good pitch. People know who Freddie Prinze Jr. is.
Mm-hmm. No,
they also he was a former writer for WWE.
Yeah,
so he has experience within the business. I think I never even thought of that.
He could bring in David Arquette.
He could.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if WWE still has influence like they did with the whole MLW thing.
Yeah.
It may be a little bit diminished now that SmackDown is coming off of Fox. But if they were to still have some influence over Tubi.
Well, I think the whole issue is because it was Fox and SmackDown's on. So after SmackDown goes off Fox, they probably won't care anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say I think right now they may not care.
Yeah.
Because it's already signed, delivered, and and everybody knows.
We're about 2 months out from the switch anyway, so
yeah, so like they're not going to care, and it's also and I think maybe Tubi sees it's kind of like, I don't mean to keep going back to the 90s pro wrestling, but it's kind of like how back in the 90s when wrestling got huge, and then you saw all these people jumping in trying to get their slice of the pie.
You did.
I think that we're seeing that a little bit now because arguably, this is the biggest wrestling has been since the 90s. I think you can make a strong argument on that.
I think you could.
And that's not based off of numbers and everything. That is just there's people. I will say this.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like Cornette in here now, coughing up stuff all the time.
Yeah.
There's people that I know who, before a year or two ago, had no care for wrestling.
Yeah.
Did not care about pro wrestling. They looked at me like I was weird.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Yeah, people do anyway.
Yeah.
But they now are fans of wrestling.
Yeah.
Whether that be WWE or AEW or whatever. I think we're seeing that a little bit.
Honestly, to me, I almost feel like it's bigger largely due to the internet.
Yeah. And that's why you can't, like, numbers-wise, you can't measure it to the Attitude Era.
No.
Like, across the board with any type of program, ratings are down because people don't watch traditional TV anymore.
Yeah.
People don't have traditional cable boxes anymore.
No.
Very few do. So you can't measure it to that. That's not like, that's a bit of an apples to oranges comparison. But I think with influence, with how you're seeing it in the mainstream, with the people who just did not care about wrestling, like I said, did not care about wrestling a year or two ago, now love it, and some of them are fans of the show, and we thank you very much.
Yeah.
I think there's a strong argument that yes, this is the biggest it's been since the 90s.
I mean, and when you get past the fact of people just continuously saying that wrestling is quote unquote fake,
I hate that.
Yeah. And they just talk about that. Well, it's all fake and everything. It's like, okay, but there's still good stories that go on.
Yeah.
Can it be corny? 100%. But so can movies.
Yes.
So can TV shows.
Yes.
There's a little bit of something for everyone, but there's a whole lot of action that happens.
And actually, just to build off of that point, I did share a video within the past week. Josh commented on it.
I was about to bring it up just now.
Yep, Josh did comment on it. It was Chris Van Vliet. It was him, and I don't know who the host of the show that he was on. Yeah. The guy was saying that to him. He was like, "Why do you like wrestling? It's fake. You do know it's fake, don't you?" And he gave the great counter argument of, "Well, you watch movies."
Yeah.
And the guy says it's not the same, but it's literally the same.
How is it not the same?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I will argue that professional wrestling is harder than movies.
The guy said, they're just acting and they're actors and stuff. I was like, that's what wrestlers do.
Yeah. That's what wrestling is, my man. Now, you do have your ones that are like, it's real to me. It's real to me, brother.
Yeah.
All right, you got those ones.
Much love, HH.
Yep. But I think that I hate it when I hear somebody say that it's fake.
Yeah.
I hate that. I've never been into business. I don't want to say desire, but I don't have any plans to ever enter the wrestling business unless it's in a broadcasting capacity. But I hate it when people say it's fake, because it's not. You can't fake a chair shot. You can't fake getting slammed. You can't. Sometimes when you see some of these punches, they're not work punches. They're not pulling them.
Well, especially if they're from Shane.
Well, yeah.
But how do you fake falling off of a 20-foot ladder?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. You cannot fake that stuff. And that's why, I would give the argument. Some people may not like it. May not like this argument. But I would give the argument that a performer in professional wrestling, it is harder on them than it is for somebody who is a movie star.
Oh yeah.
A movie star has their stunt doubles. Yeah. Some of them do their own stunts, like Jackie Chan. That's the first one that pops to my head.
But Jackie Chan also still had crash pads.
That's true. He absolutely. You can't it's not going to feel good when you get DDT'd on exposed concrete.
No, I mean, and yeah, you learn how to take the moves and everything. You learn how to do that.
Yeah.
But there's still one risk.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter at which level either. Okay? If it's at the top level, WWE and them, or if it's at the towards the bottom with your local promotions, with your local wrestlers. All of them.
That's not fair to local promotions. I wouldn't say they're at the bottom.
No, I realized I said it, but
I mean, whenever I think what you're saying is on just the global scale.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where local shows you would kind of compare them to at the bottom. It's the whole thing of the minors working to the majors.
Yeah, exactly.
They all play an important part to building to who they are when they get to the big time.
Exactly, and just like independent promotions, when I go to see shows live, I mean the slams are still real. The chair shots are still real. Some of the submission moves, are just a couple steps away from actually hurting.
If you want to see how fake it is, go to a wrestling school and learn how to do it.
And you'll see very quickly how hard this actually is.
The way I've looked at it, they are actors who do their own stunts live, with the exception of pre-recorded stuff.
Yes, and they have no redos.
Yeah,
unless
it's pre-recorded, but
yeah, unless unless it's like maybe Lucha Underground, or like the pandemic matches, pre-recorded and all of that. But you don't have a redo.
Yeah,
you if you mess up, you move on.
And the main thing is if someone likes wrestling, they like it. You don't have to hinder them.
You don't, and I'm glad you said that, because we will not hinder the gender
anymore.
Nope.
Gender is no longer hindered,
and he is no longer gender.
Yeah.
No.
He is no longer.
There is no gender.
There is no more Jinder Mahal, but there is Raj Desi. On Thursday, the Maharaja Raj Desi, formerly known as Jinder Mahal in WWE, announced on social media, quote, "Hindered no more, 90 days are up," end quote, marking the end of his non-compete clause following his WWE release. The very next day, Desi made his presence felt on the independent wrestling scene. On Friday night, Desi appeared at Game Changer Wrestling's So High event in
Illinois.
In Illinois.
Suck it.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Where he attacked GCW favorite Effie.
Okay, so I wish him all the luck in the world, but how great would it have been if after his hindered no more 90 days are up, just no one contacted him?
Mr. Raj, we would like to have an interview. Sorry about that joke.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
We'll for an interview.
Yeah, what if he contacted places and he was like, "Listen, my 90 days are up. I can come work for you." And they're like, "Nah, no thanks."
Not going to work for me. That's not going to work for me, brother.
Yeah.
Much love, HH.
That's right. brother.
Yeah, but Raj Desi, which is what he is going by now on the Independents, made his debut at GCW. I think it was last night at Well, a couple nights ago when this comes out, we are recording this a day early. We're not live. We're not. I don't think we've ever been live.
No.
We haven't.
No.
So
It's probably for the best.
it probably is.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah. Yeah, we all know.
Yep.
Josh.
Yeah.
Of course it's, yeah.
Well, I think he was kind of dealt a rough hand with WWE.
He was.
Because he came back in phenomenal shape pretty quickly, you know?
No carbs.
No, and, you know, cutting out carbs, I guess will do that for you. Me, it just makes cranky. But, you know, they just kind of threw him into a title position really quickly. With Drew, they kind of built it up a little bit. But with, you know, at the time, gender, it never felt right.
Yeah.
But I will say this: it was like during that time when he did win the title, it was sort of funny from a childhood one of my childhood best friends. I was watching it with him, and he asked me, he's like, "Do you really think they're going to put the title on gender?" I'm like, "Yes, they are." I was like, "You can't hinder the gender," and I was joking.
Yeah,
I wasn't even being serious, and then they did it. I went, "Whoa." They actually did that. Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I really liked his presentation when he's champion. But other than that,
Yeah, I mean, you know, the presentation was cool. But outside of that, and the don't hinder the gender memes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know.
No, I'm going to be curious to see what he can do whenever
Yes.
writers aren't involved.
That's very true. Some people, I will say this, and this, I'm not saying this directed towards Raj, but some people need writers. Some people don't.
Yes.
And the only way you can be able to tell that is when they go to the independents or outside of the quote-unquote WWE bubble.
Well, part of that is also if you give someone a script and you say you have to follow this word for word versus, okay, here are your bullet points, hit these, and however you get there is how you get there.
Yes.
You know, it's going to be different for different people.
Yeah, and I will say this, just from my own experience, like reading off of scripts and stuff, if I don't have the script in front of me, you're not going to get it word for word. Yeah. I've got to have bullet points.
Yeah.
Because it just, for some reason, the memorization up in my head does not hinder very well up here.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
I'll tell you what else isn't apparently being hindered anymore, and that's WWE wrestlers staying only with WWE.
Jason coming back with all the great segues.
Yeah.
So, yes, AJ Styles did beat Naomichi Marufuji, and it was also announced at that show that, let me scroll down to this. This is coming from Cultaholic.com during this past weekend's Destination show. Lineups were announced for B Block and A Block A. They wrote this weird.
Okay, let's try this again, Jeff.
Yeah. During this past weekend's Destination show, lineups were announced for A Block and B Block of the tournament, which runs in a similar fashion to NJPW's G1 Climax and AEW's Continental Classic. Two names announced were surprising additions as NXT's Josh Briggs and Tavion Heights were revealed for Block A and Block B, respectively. And they are referring to the N1 Victory Tournament, which is a round-robin tournament that Pro Wrestling Noah does every year, just like New Japan's G1 Climax. Same concept. It's a point system. It's not single elimination. So that tournament begins on August 4th, and it runs through September 1st.
Josh, what do you think about this? What do you think about WWE wrestlers going outside of the WWE universe?
I think it's great, but I think they need a little bit more stars doing it, like AJ Styles, for example, instead of some NXT people that people might not know as well.
I'll be honest, I had no idea who these people are.
I've heard of Briggs. He's a former champion in NXT, but other than that, I don't know who Tavion Heights is.
I've heard their names, but I couldn't pull them out of a lineup or anything.
I will say I agree with Josh. I do. It just popped in my head. That's how I know Briggs. I've heard of his name before, just like what you said, Jason, with knowing their names. I've never heard of Tavion Heights.
Okay.
So I have no idea who that is. I think that you should have more star power there. But then I don't know if you all have noticed, but whenever WWE sends somebody with star power, such as AJ Styles or Io Sky, they have a tendency to not lose.
Yeah.
So the booking goes in the favor of WWE. I don't know how you would do that in a round-robin tournament. You would have to learn how to let that go, for sure, if you were to put them in a round-robin tournament, such as the N1 Victory Tournament for Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yeah.
Because, but I don't know if, stat-wise, I don't know of anybody that has ever won all of their matches in their respective block. I could be definitely wrong on that. If you know the answer to that, you can email us, thegrillout95@gmail.com, and you can also message us on the Facebook page. But that's as far as I know about
I think it was Bobby Blaze.
It may be Bobby Blaze. Maybe.
Blaze it.
Yep. But that is what's going on with Pro Wrestling Noah, NXT, WWE, AEW, and we're going to stop it right there. When we come back, we will have On This Day in Wrestling History and the main event. Stay tuned.
Once again, here's Hollywood Jeff Petty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to The Grill Out. I am your host, Hollywood Jeff Petty, and your current Grill Out heavyweight predictions champion. And then I will throw it to the two. It says heavyweight on the belt. I'm just saying it. And I would know what exactly it says if you would give it to me.
Yeah.
Jason.
Once you earn it, you will get it.
I have earned it.
If you earn it, it will come. You have not won the title from the champ.
That's Jason Lykens.
The reflection of perfection.
The deception of perfection. Also, Josh Cole, baby.
Yeah.
The belt expert. Because sometimes he does.
Yeah, belt expert believes I still deserve the belt.
And guess what?
Because I am the champion.
I still overrule both of you. On this day in wrestling history.
How do you overrule?
July 21st, 1984. Tully Blanchard defeated Magnum TA in Charlotte, North Carolina to win the NWA United States Championship.
Is that the United States Championship today known as WWE United States Championship?
Yeah, I think it is part of the same lineage.
I don't think it's the same title. I think they've changed it since then.
Yeah, it's went through a couple different names, a few different designs.
There were a few different United States titles in the NWA. They eventually all merged into what is now known as the WWE United States Championship.
Okay, I do think that this one is part of the same lineage. A quick Google would probably help on that one.
Yeah, I'm not Googling it.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Here's what I want to know, Jeff. Did anything happen in 2002?
July 21st, 2002, WWE Vengeance took place at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
The main event saw The Rock win his then record-breaking WWE Championship with a triple threat victory over The Undertaker and Kurt Angle.
Dead man and an Olympic hero.
Another title change on the night saw the Un-Americans, Lance Storm and Christian, end the only WWE Tag Team Championship reign of Hulk Hogan's career when they defeated him and his partner, Edge.
How do you think that went over in the back? Like,
that ain't gonna work for me,
Hulkster, you have to lose the title.
Not gonna work for me, brother. Much love, HH.
I don't think so, brother. Not tonight, brother.
Not working for me, brother.
Much love, HH.
Did Edge take that pin? I don't remember.
He probably did.
Yeah, that's probably how they were like, listen, Hulk, we won't have you take the pin. Brother, I gotta look strong. I'm 92 years old, brother. I gotta look strong.
And you got knee braces, man, and you ain't like you're not like Stone Cold and own those knee braces.
Yeah, like he had those braces hidden.
Yeah. Like, Stone Cold, like he's probably the only wrestler I know of that can pull off the knee brace.
Well, I mean, I'm sure many wrestlers can pull off knee braces. They don't keep them on all the time.
True.
So in
2009, July 21st, at a TNA wrestling taping in Orlando, Florida, the British Invasion, Doug Williams and Brutus Magnus, defeated Team 3D, Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
Oh, mama's brother.
To win the IWGP Tag Team Championship.
What was that?
Also on the show, Mick Foley won the TNA Legends title in a tag match pitting he and Bobby Lashley against Kevin Nash and Kurt Angle. As Foley got the pin, he won the title. His TNA World Heavyweight Championship was also on the line.
Well, how about that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Today we learned some stuff about wrestling history.
Yep. And that was on this day in wrestling history. Just to wrap everything up, we're going to go straight into the main event.
Straight into it.
Yep. Nationally, it's pretty much the same on television, except AEW Blood and Guts, a special Dynamite episode this upcoming Wednesday. And then on Friday, you have AEW Royal Rampage, a special Rampage episode. And then, of course, Collision will be on Saturday. Monday will be Raw. Tuesday will be NXT.
NWA.
And NWA. We kind of forget about them sometimes. Wednesday.
They put Tyrus over, so.
Yeah, we've talked.
Times they deserve it.
And then Thursday is TNA and ROH. Friday is SmackDown and Rampage. And then Saturday, of course, is Collision. Locally, we have a lot of shows going on locally right now.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, July 24th, Premier Wrestling League Mid-Atlantic is back at Mercy County's Project Elks 4-H camp in Glenwood, West Virginia.
Glenwood, West Virginia.
This is their second and final show for the camp, and it is a free show with a bell time of 6 o'clock.
It's free.
Go to it.
You don't have to pay.
Yep.
No money.
Thursday, July 25th, Appalachian Championship Wrestling continues its Buffalo Wild Wings season with For Those About to Rock. This is a free show that will be held in the parking lot of the Buffalo Wild Wings in Mount Hope, West Virginia.
Mount Hope.
Meet and greet is at 6:30 with a bell time of 7 o'clock. Seating is very limited, so bring your own chair. The event will feature the Mortons, Ricky Morton, and his son, Kerry Morton.
There you go. Maybe Ricky Morton will pull out another Canadian destroyer.
Oh, my.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, also on Thursday, July 25th, Real Shoot Wrestling presents Monsters of the Midway 5.
Monsters of the Midway 5.
As part of the Taylor County Fair in Grafton, West Virginia. Bell time is at 7 o'clock. And
7 p.m.
And admission to the fair is $10.
$10.
Which includes access to RSW's event.
2 5s.
Also on Thursday, Big Time Wrestling has 3 events.
3?
It has 3 events this whole weekend.
Like
First,
1, 2, 3. Like a pinfall. 3.
Yes, exactly.
3.
First one was going to be on Thursday, July 25th, bringing the Summer Heat Tour to the Good Samaritan Church Center in Huntington, West Virginia. Bell time is 7 o'clock, and tickets are $10.
How much?
$10.
So if you give them a 20, what would they give you back?
10. Unless you got 2 people, then you ain't getting change back.
Okay. Yeah. Good talk.
This event will feature a 4-man tournament for the vacant BTW Championship.
By the way.
Then, over the next 2 days, Big Time Wrestling will present 2 free shows as part of the Street Festival in Man, West Virginia.
Wait, how much?
It's free.
So what if you give them 20?
They'll give it right back.
Oh.
Or they might keep it. Just go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they're going to keep that. I mean,
No.
They're honest people. They'll give it back.
Yep. The first will be on Friday, July 26th at 6 o'clock, and then the second on Saturday, July 27th at 4 o'clock.
For free shows down in Man, West Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Pun intended. Power Slam Pro returns to action on Saturday, July 27th at the Cabell County Fair.
Cabell County Fair.
Located at the Pumpkin Park in Milton, West Virginia.
Pumpkin Park Pro Wrestling, Milton, West Virginia.
Bell time is 7:30 p.m.
7:30 p.m.
And admission to
Not a.m. If you show up in the a.m., you're going to wait a while.
And admission to the fair is $10, while seniors have a special admission price of $5. The fair admission includes access to Power Slam Pro's event.
So let me ask you this. By
The
senior...
the fair admission, so what you pay to get into the fair will give you access to the event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the senior, is that like a senior in high school, a senior in college?
It wasn't clear. It just said senior.
It's senior citizen, Josh. Come on.
So, all due respect, elderly folks out there, if you have your AARP card, you could probably get into this event for $5. That is to get into the entire fair.
The entire fair.
The entire fair. It gives you admission to, I guess, all the rides and stuff. We don't know that information, but it does give you admission to the wrestling
Okay,
event
and
there.
that is for the Pro or the Power Slam Pro.
Yes.
At the Pumpkin Park in Milton for pro wrestling at 7:30 p.m.
p.m. Not a.m., p.m.
For $10.
For $10.
$10.
$5 for seniors.
Well, I'm not a senior,
like
so I have to give them 10.
Yeah, we got to give them 10. Also,
So if I give them a 50, they're going to give me 40 back.
Yes.
That way I can maybe buy some popcorn,
Yes.
maybe a hot dog,
Yes.
maybe a drink,
Yes.
maybe a funnel cake,
Yes.
maybe some cotton candy, maybe some Skittles,
Also,
maybe some M&Ms.
Also for Saturday, July 27th, Retro Reset Wrestling presents a free show as part of the 4th annual Bears and Brews Festival located in the heart of the New River Gorge National Park in Oak Hill, West Virginia. Bell time is at 6 o'clock and will feature wrestling legend and WWE Hall of Famer Ricky Morton.
Hey, maybe Ricky Morton will pull out another Canadian destroyer.
Yeah. Hopefully. Finally, this is the last show, locally show for this upcoming week. On Saturday, July 27th at Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
Nope.
What?
The Waynesboro, Pennsylvania-based Voltage Wrestling will be at Beverly Elementary School in Beverly, West Virginia. Meet and greet is at 6:40 p.m. and a bell time of 7:30 p.m. Ringside seats are $20. That's 2 10s. That's 5. Let's see if you
4 5s.
Got a comm degree. It's $20.
Yep.
So just give them a 20. And general admission is 15. So I mean, if you have 3 5s, well then that's $15. If you've got a 10 and a 5 and
But if you got 3 other people going with you, you can get the general admission 4-pack bundle for $40.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
That is. That's
Those of you
$10
who
a person.
don't have friends, make some friends.
Yep. So you can pay $10 to get into this event. All proceeds from the event will go towards the Beverly Fire Department.
Oh, that's nice.
This event will feature former World Championship wrestling star Buff Bagwell, former WWE star Lindsay Dorado.
Lindsay Dorado.
Lindsay Dorado.
We do a wrestling podcast, Jeff.
I can't speak most of the time. Indie wrestling star
WWE former star Lindsay Dorado. I'll have that Trace Amigas.
The legend still lives. Indie wrestling star Danny Moe of the Neon Blondes and Power Slap fighter Cooper Housley.
He's been popping up on the indies recently.
Okay, is Buff Bagwell going to wrestle?
I do
No.
not know.
No.
No.
Yeah, he can't anymore, can he?
I don't think he can. I
He
don't
broke
know.
his leg recently too. So
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he doing a blockbuster and broke his leg?
Maybe.
Maybe a Canadian destroyer?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Go like the Facebook page. You can message us on there. You can also email us to grillout95@gmail.com. And until next time, fellow wrestling fans,
What?
have a good one.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And good night. Bad.